You might have seen that recent How to Train Your Dragon LEGO set. We've had rumors of this thing for ages, and everyone, including myself, was so excited about what this was going to look like. I had such high hopes for this, and then we got this thing. A lot of people don't like this, and I get it. But what if I told you there's a better mock out there? One that you can buy instructions for right now, and it'll give you the Toothless of your dreams. Well, let's check out that much better creation in today's video. And we're also going to do what we always do. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into this set and check out all of the amazing pieces. We'll see how you can use them in your own custom LEGO creations. If you don't like how the set looks, maybe it's worth getting for the pieces alone. Let's find out. So yeah, this How to Train Your Dragon set featuring Toothless is... I don't know, it's just okay. Look, okay, for what it is, it's wonderful. It certainly looks cute, it looks somewhat accurate in a more stylized way, but I don't know how many people wanted it to look like this. The chibi and the cute vibes, they're a bit of a letdown. But you gotta imagine that LEGO did this for a very specific reason. And I think the reason is that the market for adorable, cute-looking How to Train Your Dragon stuff is far larger than you might think. I imagine that in the larger population of the world, more people are likely to buy this than this. I mean, that might seem a little preposterous, right? I've seen hundreds of AFOLs out there who are far more interested in this than they are this. But remember, adult fans of LEGO, they're not the entire market of LEGO products. These days, a lot of 18+ LEGO sets are marketed towards people who don't actively collect LEGO. But, you know, you get some of those one-off sets from a really cool and exciting IP that people really enjoy, and suddenly they go, hey, I might buy this LEGO set. And then it becomes a bit of a gateway drug. They look at it and go, oh, this is actually pretty cool. Maybe I'll buy this LEGO set, and this LEGO set. And then they have an entire basement filled with LEGO, and they run out of space because they got so many sets. That's the market for this set. LEGO wants to make money, that's the market that's going to make them the most money. And I think that's probably the largest market for How to Train Your Dragon merch. I mean, just simply doing a Google search for Toothless merch, every single option, except for one, all of them are very cute, chibi, and quite adorable. This is the kind of stuff that sells. And looking at the comments on the official LEGO post on Instagram for this set, there are a bunch of people commenting that think this is great and actively want this. I mean, this isn't the first time that the LEGO Group has made a set for a demographic that isn't adult fans of LEGO. The Twilight set, for example, that's something that a lot of AFOLs rolled their eyes over and said, no one wants this, no one asked for this. But you're forgetting that there's a huge market out there of people who grew up watching the Twilight movies, and they actively want Twilight merch. So of course they're gonna buy this. And heck, even in things like Star Wars and superhero sets, you get those mechs. These things have been around for years. LEGO doesn't just keep making them because no one buys them. No, they keep making them because they sell very, very well. But the target market for them isn't adult fans of LEGO, it's kids. Kids love playing with these mechs because the scale of them is just more fun. The kids love playing with that sort of thing. Plus, it's a very cheap set that parents can buy for their children. There is a lot of appeal for these, just not for AFOLs. And I think that's the exact same story here with this Toothless Dragon. And to top it all off, anytime you get a licensed IP set, the IP holder has a lot of say in what that set has to be. It's entirely likely that Universal said, please make this a chibi dragon, and LEGO said, no, we want to make it something like this. And then Universal said, absolutely not, do what we're saying, and LEGO said, okay, sorry. And now we have this. Yes, it sucks for fans like me that wanted a cooler looking version of Toothless. I'm sure there was a large market for that, but I think there's a larger market for this. And Universal and LEGO know that, so they're gonna make it. Because it's what's gonna make money. And that's what this is all about for those companies, right? So I guess that's why this looks a little bit more chibi. But at the end of the day, I wanted this set to look awesome and cool, just like he looks in the movie. And I'm sure you did as well. It sucks that it turned out this way. But hey, there's always a better option. May I point you in the direction of this incredible mock? It's definitely the best version of Toothless that I've ever seen. This was made by the insanely talented Jafer Monks. Man, if the set looked like this, it would be a dream come true. So like I said, you can buy instructions for this right now over on Rebrickable. If you're interested in purchasing them, I'll have a link in the description below. This is not a paid advert, I just think this is an incredible mock and I'm disappointed in the set and wish it was this, so it's on my mind. And I want to talk about it. Oh, the best thing about this too, the instructions are only 15 Australian dollar dues, which is about 10 American dollars. So it's nice and cheap. So taking a look at this, yeah, Jafer is a master of creature design. He's totally nailed the cuteness factor of Toothless, but he hasn't made it too overbearing. But at the same time, he's also found that delicate balance of making him cute, but also cool and intimidating and sleek and agile. It's incredibly impressive. One of my favorite details is the inclusion of some of these black CCBS armor shells on the limbs. This is a simple but incredible way of recreating his arms and legs. The shape of it is a surprisingly perfect match, and the texture of it, it matches that pristine shine and sleekness which is so iconic to this dragon. Plus, all of the amazing poses that he's in these photos. Any mock that's this poseable is, amazing. Seeing him like this, he just looks so full of personality and life. It's like Jafer has taken him straight out of the movie and brought him to life in LEGO. I wish the set looked like this. Could you imagine if this came with a Hiccup minifigure as well? Put it in a nice box? Oh, that would have been so good. Now, it is worth noting, the black wings on this set. They are a surprisingly rare piece. They only came in 2 LEGO sets, one of which was this old Batmobile set. Another was this Ender Dragon set. If you want to pick up these wings, they are a little bit pricey. They range between 10 and 30 Australian dollars depending on the condition, which on average that's about 20 US dollars for one wing. There are some cheaper alternatives that you could consider, but I think this is the best look. Also, the more realistic eye design that this has, it's using a few cut pieces, as you can see here. But Jafer offers a nice purist alternative that doesn't cut any pieces, but it doesn't look as good as the other one does. That pupil does a lot. Still, that's the only cut pieces in this, and you don't even have to put it in, so it's not a big deal. So yeah, it's worth keeping some of that stuff in mind if you intend to purchase these instructions. But otherwise, most of the parts in this mock, they're fairly common. And I mean, it looks much better than the set does, so I think it's worth it. Now, while we're talking about pieces, let's go back to that set. Let's break this down and see what kind of pieces we get here and how you could use them in your own creations. The legs are using 4 of these black figure armor pieces. This isn't the first time we've seen these appearing in sets. They've been around since 2023, actually. I really like how Dark Nova has used them on this creation. We've got yellow ones making up this nice shoulder armor, but then we've also got a bunch along the front of the torso. The way they're kind of stringed together like that, it's such a smooth and seamless design. You could easily use this exact same design on some kind of reptile or creature. It's a good look. But that's not the only way that you could use this piece. I like what Benjamin Anderson has done here, kind of embedding them into the arm design. They make for some pretty good muscles, don't they? If you're building a really buff, strong creation, you're gonna need some of these pieces. And then one last idea, check out what Ushi has done, converting this piece into a very stylish looking chair. Isn't that fancy? And I mean, a minifigure would fit in this perfectly. I tell you what, this is a great piece. It's awesome that you get 4 of them in this one set. Another cool element is this rounded corner brick in black. Oddly enough, this only appeared in one other set in black. It's this one. Yeah, it's nice to see this popping up in a few other places. Now maybe you could use this element in a similar way to what Woomy World has done right here. Kind of wrapping it around the neck and turning it into a much larger scarf. That's pretty nice. I mean, you don't even have to make that a scarf. It could just look good as some type of neck armor of sorts. That's a good piece. Another good piece are these smaller wing elements. My Snail Eats Pizza has a funky little creation that turns these wings into weapons. One's on the sword, one is this interesting kind of gauntlet-based blade. Dude, any piece that can be used as a wing and a weapon, I love it. And finally, this set is filled with all sorts of exceptional curved slope pieces. You get so many variants as well. All sorts of different shapes and sizes, it's great. These parts are probably some of the most helpful, useful, and incredible pieces ever. And one builder that uses them a ton is Eero Okkonen. Yeah, this creation here is going to illustrate just how helpful they truly are. See how a whole bunch of them are being used for this dark green kind of cloth that's flowing in the breeze? Or perhaps, hey, you could use them to form parts of the clothing on the rest of the body. These would look good as armor. These also work great on the face design. We see some more on the hair. Literally every part of this mock uses some of them in some way. Curved slopes like this are invaluable if you're building any kind of creature or character. I love that this set comes with so many of them. So there you go. This may not look like the best set ever, but the pieces are pretty good. And thankfully there are better alternatives out there that are a little bit cheaper. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and by all means, take a look at the links below once again and check out Jafer's instructions for yourself. But also in the description you can find links to all of the builders that I featured today. Go and check out some of their other stuff. So with all that in mind, are you going to pick this set up? Or are you going to buy it, take it apart, and just purely use the pieces in your own creations? Let me know in the comments below. But that's all for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Happy building, and bye for now.